Have you ever watched a movie and at the end you were just pissed off? That's how I felt at the end of A House of Dynamite. This was the worst movie I've seen this year. It was even worse than War of the Worlds because at least War of the Worlds was funny in its ridiculousness. But A House of Dynamite, they were obviously trying to make a creative, stylistic choice in the way that movie was done, but I really don't appreciate it. I just want the director, the screenwriter, screenplay writer, whatever, I just want them to have a bad day. Like, I want them to have a hangnail. I want them to stub their toe. I want them to leave for work and 30 minutes later, like while they're driving down the highway, they wonder if they left their iron on. Like, that's the type of day I want them to have because that movie was horrible. And I already knew when I went to Rotten Tomatoes that it would have a high rating. I just knew because so many movies I don't like or that I think suck have high ratings. Let me tell you about this movie, okay? So you don't waste your time and watch it. So the movie tricks you, right? It starts out and you think it's going to be good. Like, you really think it's going to be good. So you have these government officials. There's multiple government officials where they're showing their perspective of their life and them going into work. So you have, for instance, I don't even know these characters' names. I'm not going to lie. So you have this one lady who is working in the Situation Room at the White House. And we get to see that she has a young son who's sick. He has a fever and the dad has to take him to the doctor. So we get snippets of their personal life. And then as they're coming into work. As I'm watching it, I'm kind of thinking, like, they're not giving us a lot to work on with their personal life. Like, I would have liked to get more or dig deeper in their personal life before things kind of popped off. But I'm like, okay, it seems like they want the action to get started pretty quickly. So I'm fine with that. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so basically what happens is that you have these government officials, they're coming into work, and then someone from the military spots a missile heading towards the United States. And then they zone in on where it's going to land, which is going to be Chicago, Illinois. And they have 19 minutes until the missile actually lands or hits its target. So in this 19 minutes, they're trying to release this other missile to hit it, and it misses twice. So then they realize, okay, this is going to hit Chicago, and we get to see the chaos. These people, these government officials, they're on a Zoom call with the president, Secretary of Defense, all these other different high-ranking officials, and they're trying to figure out how to stop this missile. But at some point, they realize they're not going to be able to stop it. So it comes down to the wire. You see all the chaos. You see them scrambling to try to figure out how to stop it. You see how it's affecting them and how they're stressed, and you see all this. So it comes down to the wire. You get down to 2 minutes, 1 minute, bam, fade to black. So nothing happens. We don't get to see the missile hit Chicago. We don't get to see any of that. It fades to black. So we're not even halfway through the movie. So what happens next? What happens next is we start from the beginning. And we get other people's perspective of that day, a little bit about their personal life, what they have going on in their personal life, and then them coming into work for the day. And then a lot of these people we already kind of heard from them on that Zoom call. So we're getting their perspective now. We're seeing what's going on their side of things. And we're kind of getting somewhat of the same conversation because they're basically playing the same conversation over and everything that happened over, but from a different perspective. Okay, cool. Okay, we get this a second time. Great. Same thing happens. Of course, same situation. 19 minutes. We try to knock down the missile with another missile. It misses. Countdown. 2 minutes left. 1 minute left. Fade to black again. Nothing happens again. Okay. Now I'm just over this. This is stupid. What are we doing here? Okay. Nothing is happening. All we're seeing is like the chaos that's leading up to this big thing that's supposed to happen that never happens. Okay, great. Now we get a third time, the third perspective, different people, same event. I'm just going to spoil it for you. It's toward the end of the movie. Do we get to see the missile finally hit Chicago? Look, I don't have a problem with Chicago. I love Chicago. I've been there a couple times. It's a fun city to visit. But I want to see a missile hit Chicago in this movie, okay? Do we get to see the missile hit Chicago at the end of this movie? No, we don't. We don't get to see it ever. At the end, all we see is people who are going into these bunkers, right? You know, and my point is just like, we've seen this before. We've seen this a million times. Like, you know, the government officials in the Situation Room trying to figure out what to do, like when the world's about to end. Like, we've seen this a million times. So this isn't anything new. They're not doing anything monumental. I'm just trying to figure out what this movie was trying to achieve. Like, maybe you're just trying to show the emotion within the chaos and what happens before, like, this big event happens that changes the world. But no. Like, I've seen movies where you get to the end and it's pretty vague what happens. They don't tell you what happened. You have to kind of decide on your own what you think happened. So they kind of leave it up in the air, up to you. Yeah, movies like that still piss me off, but sometimes when it's done right, it still pisses me off, but I get it. This movie just had no point. Like, literally nothing happened in this movie. It's like they bring you to that point of the, you know, climax, and then nothing gets resolved. Literally nothing gets resolved. I hated this movie so much. It was just really, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, what were they trying to achieve? And I like going into movies blind. So I didn't know anything about this movie. I didn't read anything about it. I just saw it was number 1 on Netflix and decided to click on it. I'm like, it must be good. It's number 1. That's not usually the case or always the case. Okay. Right. Just because something's number 1 on Netflix, it doesn't mean anything. Right. Like, the acting was good. Idris Elba was in it. He's like the only person's name I actually know. The main character from Silo, the guy from The Night Agent, who's playing basically the same character that he played in Night Agent. I don't know. It looks the same to me. The chick from Star. I don't know these people's names. There is a British actor too. I've seen him so many things. I don't know his name either. But yeah, the acting was pretty good. I mean, the acting was good, but I just don't think it justified what it was trying to do, because the story wasn't that good. It wasn't anything monumental or different than we've already seen before. The dialogue wasn't that good at all. I barely understood what they were saying. I did appreciate them putting the acronyms on the screen and letting us know what they were. I did appreciate that at the very least. But yeah, nothing was just that different about this movie to where it would justify what they did in not giving us a solution or resolution. But let me know what you think. Did you watch this movie? Like, it's number 1 on Netflix, so somebody's watching it. And who the heck gave it 79% rating on Rotten Tomatoes? Like, who is giving this movie 5 stars? Like, you need to be slapped. Like, I hope you stub your toe too. Seriously. But let me know what you think about this movie. Just let me know what you think. That's all I have for today. Bye.